Hello? Hello? Wait, I cannot see you. Can you please turn on your camera? I cannot hear you properly. Hello? Mhm. Finally done. I put like one of each that I
Hello, teacher. Sorry,
Hello.
I'm late because today I'm training taekwondo.
Oh, okay. So you're training for taekwondo?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's fine. But I just want to clarify that I will end at exactly 9 p.m. Okay, is that
Mm,
fine? I
okay.
cannot I cannot extend more. Okay. So the book that can we start now? Can can we
Um,
start now?
I'm reading.
No. I'm asking if can we start now?
Okay.
Okay, okay. So, but first, good evening. How's your day today?
Um, Today I'm sick.
Hmm?
Today I'm feel tired because I'm sick.
So you feel tired because you went to training. Okay, that's reasonable and that's fine. Okay, that's good to know. And are you fine right now? Are you happy or are you sad or anything?
I think happy.
Okay, you're happy. Okay, that's good to know. So now let's start. Okay, so the book that I chose for you it is titled "Practice Makes Perfect." So for this book, of course, we know that learning English and learning the grammar it's frustrating. It's frustrating because you have to learn so many things. You have to learn what is this, what is that, and so many those, this and those. So um this book, Practice Makes Perfect Intermediate English Grammar for ESL Learners, is designed to help you learners hone or sharpen your grammatical skills. So in this book, since you already begun to study your English grammar, right? So in this book, it will provide you a higher level look at the grammar, and instead of teaching you something new, it will actually how do you call this, practice what you have learned, and with this you will have confidence in learning English because as what I've noticed from the last class is that you're good with English. I can see that, and I can hear that as well because we've had conversation, right? So which is why I chose this, because I just want to hone you, or I just want to sharpen your English grammar skills and your ability and your confidence in speaking on it. Okay, so let's continue. So we will start first with the basics. So we will talk about sentences. Okay, I want you to read the entire thing. Please read the entire thing.
Um,
Please read.
informal informal spoken or written English. Every sentence must be complete. The basic rule. The basic rule. What? Rule.
Rule.
Ruler.
Rule.
Rule. Rule.
Continue.
It's that all sentence must have a subject. We can be we can be pronoun, a noun or a noun phrase, and a verb. We can also be a verb phrase. In many cases, the verb can be followed by a direct object. Consider the following examples.
Continue.
She work
Next.
with swim.
Next. Continue reading, please.
The children played. The bus driver need a break. My mother like my mother liked the movie.
Okay, continue reading.
Every sentence must have a subject. The the im- the imperative sentence in is an exception to this basic rule because the subject you is understood. Imperative sentence are used to instruct someone to do something.
Continue.
Go to class. Pick up your pick up your mess, please. Read objective newspapers. Verbs are
Lastly.
verbs that do not require a direct object are called intransitive verbs. Some common intransitive verbs are assist and rise. They are typically used with prepositional
Prepositional.
phrase or illustrated. Wait, illusion. Illustrated.
Yes, that's correct. Illustrated, that's correct.
In the following examples, it is possible that life existed on Mars millions of years ago. Black smoke rose from the burning tires.
Okay, very good. So thank you so much for that. So before we continue, I will just correct some of your mispronunciations, okay? Okay, Israel, I'll just switch tables. Yes. You want me to put it in the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait.
Here you go, miss. There's no comment, it's intentional.
Okay, thank you so much for waiting. So, okay. Can you please turn on your camera so that I can see you? Okay, so I will correct how you read some words. Okay, so first we have this word here. So this one is not ruler again. Okay, again it is rule.
Rule.
Very good. Can you please turn on your camera?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And then next we have this word sentences.
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 Okay. And this one, you read this one as which.
which,
Very good. How do you read this one again?
which,
Very good. And this one, it's you always read everything. Okay, so this is or a noun phrase.
or,
Or a noun phrase.
or a noun phrase.
Very good. And this one, it's not how did you read this one again?
Or a noun phrase.
This one.
The direct,
Okay, direct object. Okay, very good. And this one, okay, you see that there's letter S on the end of the word. You always read the letter S. Okay, so it's she works.
she works,
Very good, she works. And this one, it's played.
played,
Played.
played,
Very good. And this one again, you
uh,
always read the letter S. So how do you read this one?
played,
This one.
needs, need,
Needs.
needs,
Very good. And this one, it's exception.
exception,
Very good. Okay. This one, how do you read this one again?
prepositional,
Phrases.
phrase,
Phrases.
phrase, phrases,
Phrases. Very good. And this one, how do you read this one again?
uh, illus, illustrated,
Very good. Illustrated. Okay. So let's talk about sentences. So we know that a sentence, right? It can be analyzed by its main parts, especially the subject and the verb. So a complete sentence is a complete idea wherein it has the subject and the verb. And so the subject can also be a pronoun. So a pronoun is like she. Okay, wait, I'll put it here. So pronouns are like her, she, he, him, they, me, and me, I, them, and a lot more. Okay, so these are pronouns. Okay, so a subject, they can you cannot you cannot always say the cat or Marie. You can also use pronouns like her, she, he, him, they, me, I, them, and a lot more. Okay, so these are just examples. So and a noun or noun phrase and a verb which can also be in a verb phrase. So okay, so subject you can use a pronoun, a noun it can also be a noun phrase, and a verb it can also be a verb phrase. So in many cases, the verb can be followed by a direct object. Consider the following examples. So first we have here S plus V. So S meaning subject, okay? The S stands for the subject. And the letter V, what does letter V stand for? What does the V stand for? S plus V. There's two every sentence must be complete, and it has these two things: a
Mm,
subject and I mentioned this earlier, a subject and starts with letter V. Verb. Okay, so a complete sentence or a sentence must have a subject and a verb. So S plus V. So for example, in here, she. So she, that is the subject, and it is also a pronoun. Pronoun. And then another here, we have fish swim. So we have the subject and also the verb. Well, in here, we also have S plus B. The children played. So we have the children as the subject. The next, we have the bus driver needs a break. So in here, it's a bit different. Why it is different? Because it has another. Because it has another thing to it. So we have S plus V plus O. So S stands for, what does S stands for? What
um,
does S stand for?
subject,
Very good. That is the subject. What about letter V?
verb,
Very good. And what do you think O means?
object,
Direct object. Okay, a very good guess. So direct. So we have direct object. Okay. So we have here SVO. So for a complete sentence, it could either have S plus V, meaning subject plus verb, or SVO, subject plus verb plus direct object. So wait. So we already know that the subject, it's the person or the thing that the sentence is about. So it's the doer or thing being described. Like for example in here, fish swim. So it's describing that the fish can swim. And then the verb shows the action or the state. Like for example in here, she works. What does she do? She works. Okay? Then next we have direct object. So direct object is the noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. Okay? So meaning direct object, it receives the direct it receives the verb. Like in here, the bus driver needs a break. So the bus driver is the subject here. Needs me. So needs is the verb, and then we have the direct object as break. Okay, so the bus driver needs a break. So what does the bus driver need? A break. So as you can see here, it receives the action of the subject. Okay.
okay,
Sorry, it receives the action. Actually, yes, it receives the action of the subject. Okay, what about in this sentence? Where is the subject in this sentence?
my mother,
Very good. You can just say mother, okay? Mother. Then what is the verb in here? Where is the verb?
verb is, like it,
Liked. Okay, that you pronounce that one as liked. Okay, what about the direct object?
the movie,
Very good. It's the movie. So again, in a complete sentence, it could either have the SV or the SVO. So that's so easy to remember, SV or SVO. So in here. Then next, let's mainly talk about the subject. So we know, right, that every sentence must have a subject. So it should have a subject, because if it doesn't have a subject, then it's an incomplete sentence. So it means it's lacking. But an imperative sentence is an exception, or the rule, or the basic rule, that every sentence must have a subject does not apply in an imperative sentence, sorry. Because an imperative sentence, it gives a command, a request, an instruction, or advice. So the speaker is telling someone to do something. So with this, we know that the subject is you. Okay? You understand?
Okay. Yes,
So
I
again,
understand.
imperative sentence, it's giving a command, it's giving a request or an instruction. So since it's giving a command or an instruction, then we can understand that the subject is you. Okay? Then, so as you can, imperative sentence are used to instruct someone to do something. Like, for example, in here, go to class. So you do not have to say you go to class, because you can already understand that the subject here is you, or you pick up your mess, please. So you don't have to say you, because you can already understand that the subject is you. And another here, read objective newspaper. So it's a command, it's a request. Okay, so it's an instruction for you to do something. Okay, so again, the exemption for the rule that all sentences must have a subject is the imperative sentence. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then let's talk about verbs. So verbs, not all verbs require a direct object. But verbs that do not require a direct object, they are called intransitive verbs. So what is an intransitive verb? So an intransitive verb is a verb that, I wait, can you understand what I'm saying? Am I going too fast?
You can use translator.
Hmm?
You can use translator because
Oh, okay.
I don't understand
Okay,
intransitive verb.
which part did you not understand?
Um,
Which part did you not understand? So that I can
I don't
explain it again.
I don't understand the imperative
Oh,
sentences.
okay. So I will translate the meaning of imperative sentence. Wait. Okay, so if ever you have a question, or whenever you have something that is a bit confusing, you can just say, "Teacher, I do not understand this." So with that, I will know to translate it. Okay. Wait for a while. Okay. Um, imperative. There you go. Wait, it should. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Okay, So the reason why imperative sentence is an exception. Okay, this is what the exception means. That's exception, okay?
Okay.
So the reason why the rule that all sentences must have a subject, it does not apply in imperative sentence, is because you can understand that the subject is you, because imperative sentence, again, it's a command. Okay, it's telling you what to do. So you can automatically, or you can understand that the subject is you. Okay,
Hmm.
you understand now?
Okay, I understand.
Okay, what more did you not understand?
No?
Okay, so we can continue. Okay, so let's talk about transitive verbs. So intransitive verb. So the verbs that do not require a direct object. Direct object, again, is the one who receives the verb. Okay, it's the one who receives. As just remember, receives. That's the thing you should remember about direct object. Okay, the clue word for direct object is receives. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So the verbs that do not have, or that they don't have a direct object, they are called intransitive verbs. Wait, I will translate. So an intransitive verb that okay, there we go. So an intransitive verb is a verb that does not take a direct object. So the action is still there, or the action still happens, but there is not a thing that will receive the verb, or not a thing the verb acts on. Okay?
Okay.
I'll put it here. Intransitive subject plus verb, direct object, and transitive subject plus verb plus direct object. Okay, so since we have intransitive verb, we also have transitive. So transitive has a direct object. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now let's continue. So intransitive verbs, they are typically used with prepositional phrases. Okay? So prepositional phrases is a group of words that prepositional phrases group of words that starts with a preposition and there we go. So a prepositional phrase, it's a group of words that starts with a preposition and ends with its object. So it adds information. It adds information like time, place, direction, or reason. Okay, an example of that is structure, phrase is preposition plus object of the preposition. So this is the structure, or how it will be, or how it will be formed. Like example, in the room. So we have in as the preposition and the room, which is the subject or the object. Okay, in as the preposition and the room as the object of the preposition. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, so again, prepositional. So to easily remember or understand it, just think of it like where and when. Okay, that's prepositional. Where and when. Understand?
Where? Okay.
Where and when. Where and when. Okay? Where and when. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see here, these are just example or sentence examples that does not have a direct object. Like in here, it is possible that life existed on Mars millions of years ago. So in here, where is the verb?
Verb.
Yeah.
It says
Existed. Existed. You read that one as existed.
existed.
Very good. Now, where is the prepositional phrase? Again, where and when?
Yeah, ago.
Mars millions of years ago. Okay?
Okay.
So we have the where and the when. So it could either be where and when, or where or when. Okay? It could either be one of them, or it could be both of them in the sentence. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, and here, black smoke rose from the burning fires. So where is the verb in here?
Verb is rose.
Very good, rose. Now where is the prepositional phrase?
From the burning tires.
Burning tires, okay? Okay, very good. Okay, so let's just skip this because we we can actually answer this one. So all you have to do is, can you please read the instructions?
You write each verb phrase as a complete sentence by adding a subject.
Okay, so all you have to do in here is to add a subject. Like like in here example, we have here is a real bargain. So all you have to do there is to add a subject. So that coat is a real bargain. So where is the subject in the sentence?
Subject is
Yes.
the hat.
Very good. Very good. The subject is the coat. Okay, that's all you have to do. Okay. So in number one, how will you, or what subject will you add, or how will you write this sentence? Okay, I will help you with it. Okay, I will help you. Okay. June, we're eating Italian specialty. Okay? Specialty. Okay, it's like this. That's all you have to do. You just add the subject. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Let's go to number 2.
Mm, I don't know.
Okay, an example of that is Gabby have worked in Austin for 2 years. Okay, so you have Gabby as the subject. Okay,
Mm,
that's all you have to do. Gabby have worked in Austin for 2 years. Another for now. Okay, I'll just answer number 3 since it still has numbers 4 to 5 or 4 to 6. I will answer the first 3. Okay, so
okay.
purchase it last week. So example, Vaughn purchased it last week. Okay. Now, where is the subject in this?
Vaughn.
Very good. Vaughn is the subject. So, do you have any questions? Any clarifications?
I don't know question.
You don't have any questions?
Yes, I don't have a question.
Okay, so since you don't have any questions and it's already time, okay? So it's
Okay.
already time. I cannot further extend my time because I still have a class after this one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, and I have to sleep early too. So that's it for today's class, and bye-bye. Good night.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye.